The 4% rule could make you retire decades early or ruin your plans forever. Today, I'll reveal exactly how much you need to save by every age and the shocking mistake 90% of people make when using the Trinity Study math. You've probably seen those viral videos claiming you need $1 million to retire. But here's the truth. Retirement math isn't one size fits all. A 25-year-old saving just $66 a month could retire at 70. But if you're 45 and want out by 50, that same $66 becomes $12,222 a month. Miss this detail, and you'll be working until you're 80, using real data from the Trinity Study and harsh lessons from the FIRE movement. Here's what you'll learn. 1. Why $250,000 might sustain you at 70, but leave you homeless at 45, and it's not about inflation. 2. The brutal monthly savings numbers nobody shows you. Not the $500 a month fluff. I'm talking $7,222 a month at 25 to retire by 35, even with 7% returns. 3. How healthcare costs could double your target overnight. Spoiler, that 4% rule, it ignores a $200,000 time bomb hiding in your 50s. This isn't theory. I've crunched the numbers for 5,000 plus people. And if you're over 35, stick around. The next 60 seconds will change how you see retirement forever. Forget save more. Retirement math follows ruthless rules. Let's break down exactly what each age demands. By 70, $250,000 buys basic stability, groceries, utilities, and a roof. But no vacations, no emergencies, no life. By $60 means comfortable. You can afford Netflix and a used car, but one health scare and you're back to ramen. Freedom by 50. That's $750,000. You'll breathe easier until you realize it still means saying no to your kid's college fund. One out at 45? $875,000 forces you to live like a monk. No restaurants, no hobbies, just survival math. Retire at 35? $1.25 million sounds epic, until you realize it demands $86,664 a year in savings starting at 25. That's $7,222 a month. But here's what keeps me up at night. Starting just 10 years later could crush your dreams. Wait until 35 to start saving for retirement at 50? You'll need $2,366 a month. Wait until 45? Now it's $12,222 a month, more than most Americans earn. This isn't motivational fluff. It's cold, hard math based on the Trinity Study, adjusted for 7% returns, not fairy tale 10% gains. And if you're thinking, I'll just work longer, let me stop you right there. Delaying retirement from 50 to 60 doesn't just add 10 years of work, it triples your required savings. Why? Because compound growth hates procrastinators. Every year you wait, the market steals $100,000 from your future self. Still here? Good. Because in the next section, I'll show you how to cheat the system, including the geographic loophole that lets you retire with half these numbers, if you're willing to make one radical choice. Let's start with retirement at 70, the bare minimum scenario. Saving $250,000 sounds manageable, right? Start at 25 with just $66 a month, and you're on track. But wait until 65? That same $66 becomes $3,500 a month. Why? Compound growth's cruel math. At 25, your money has 45 years to grow. At 65, just 5. That's the difference between filling a pool with a slow drip and trying to do it with a fire hose overnight. But even if you do save $66 monthly, lifestyle inflation will sabotage you. That promotion? That new car? Every dollar you spend today isn't just $1 lost. It's $15 stolen from your future self. Yes, $250,000 works at 70. If you live like a college student forever, miss that discipline, you'll be bagging groceries at 75. Now let's talk comfortable retirement at 60. Start at 25, $278 a month gets you there. Wait until 35, now it's $617 a month. Delay until 45, you're looking at $1,577 a month. That's the 20-year penalty. Time isn't just money, it's geometric growth. A 25-year-old's $278 grows to $500,000, but a 45-year-old's $1,577 only compounds for 15 years. and the market doesn't care about your excuses. Here's the brutal truth. Starting at 35 means you need 3 times more per month than a 25-year-old. Not because you're lazy, because time decay is ruthless. Wait until 40? You'll need $2,800 a month. That's why 90% of late starters never catch up. Want freedom at 50? This is where math gets personal. Start at 25? $416 a month does the trick. Wait until 45? Now it's $2,366 per month. Why? The 25 times annual spending rule isn't a suggestion. It's law. Need $30,000 a year to live? You need $750,000. Here's the catch. Your spending today defines your prison tomorrow. Say you earn $80,000 and spend $60,000. To retire at 50, you need $1.5 million, 25 times $60,000. But if you slash spending to $40,000, now you only need $1 million. That's the secret. Freedom isn't about earning more. It's about wanting less. Most people fail here because they refuse to downgrade their lifestyle until they're forced to at 65. Retiring at 45 is where reality bites. Start at 25, you need $1,680 per month. Wait until 40, that becomes $12,222 per month. This is the exponential cost of delay. You're not just saving, you're fighting entropy. Markets crash, jobs vanish, health fails, and that $875,000 target? It ignores the $200,000 healthcare wildcard. The Trinity Study's 4% rule assumes you're healthy, but one chronic illness, diabetes, heart disease, could drain $200,000 plus in a decade. Even if you hit $875,000, you're one diagnosis away from disaster. That's why smart early retirees use geographic arbitrage, moving to countries like Portugal or Mexico, where $875,000 buys premium healthcare and a beachside life. Retiring at 35? This is the FIRE movement's fantasy and its fatal flaw. Yes, $1.25 million works. If you save $7,222 a month starting at 25, that's $86,664 a year. Let's be real. Nobody earning $100,000 can do that. Even Silicon Valley engineers making $200,000 can't. Taxes and rent eat half. This exposes the FIRE movement's blind spot: privilege. The math assumes you're a top 5% earner with no debt, no kids, and no emergencies. For 99% of people, retiring at 35 isn't a strategy. It's a lottery ticket. And worse, pulling 4% from $1.25 million at 35 means 55 years of withdrawals. One bad decade in the market, or you're broke by 45. Let's gut punch 3 myths. 1. Why 7% returns, not 10%? Because inflation is a silent thief. The S&P 500's 10% is pre-inflation. Subtract 3% inflation, and you're left with 7% real returns. Ignore this, and your $1 million is actually $400,000 in today's dollars. 2. Geographic arbitrage. Your $875,000 target drops to $500,000 if you retire in Thailand or Colombia. Why? Public health care costs 80% less. A $1,500 per month U.S. budget becomes $800 overseas. But it demands radical sacrifice: family, culture, comfort. 3. Trinity Study. Fine print. The 4% rule worked for 30-year retirements, not 50-year marathons. For early retirees, 3.5% is safer. Even then, it assumes you'll never face a 2008-level crash early in retirement. One bad sequence of returns, and your 4% becomes 6%, then bankruptcy. If these numbers scared you, good. Fear is the antidote to complacency. Retirement isn't a date on a calendar, it's a math problem, one you solve with grit, sacrifice, and ruthless honesty. So here's your move. Step 1. Comment your age, plus FIRE below. Why? I'll reply with a personalized tip based on your decade. I'll show you how to hack compound growth. I've got a 5-year recovery blueprint. Step 2. Share this with one person who thinks retirement is for boomers. Tag them with alarm. Maybe it's your sibling overspending on a Tesla. or your friend stuck in the I'll start next year loop. Step 3, most important, click subscribe and hit the notification bell. Why? So you don't miss more content that could literally change your financial life. See you in the next video. Until then, keep building that wealth.